So the video I did yesterday is the sun is simulation, brought up a bunch of questions and perspectives that I can offer that will just bring a whole new conversation to the table. So first and foremost, we need to understand that this shifting of our expression of the sun is nothing but a good thing. And that what we have had in the past most definitely is showing itself as having not worked. Its time is up. So just as a very brief example, when you look at, there's a graphic somewhere that went around on social media that said like the nutrient value of 1 cup of spinach in like the 1970s or 80s is now the equivalent of like 10 cups of spinach. You'd need to eat 10 cups of spinach in order to have the nutrient value of 1 cup from a time in the past. So that brings about a myriad of conversations within the 3D that talks about various forms of agriculture, technology, weather, carbon footprints, global warming. All of those types of things are what is being talked about, and I don't specialize in any of this, as for the reason why, and that like where we're going with our food quality and all of that kind of stuff. So the bigger conversation is that as we walk ourselves back home, clearing, purifying, emptying, dissolving, healing, and reigniting our own multidimensional DNA, we are stepping back into our divine blueprint, our divine perfection as a human. Gaia is also restoring herself back to her divine blueprint through her reconnection and unification with her partner, which is the sun, the real sun, the grand central sun. As a co-creator consciousness with her is bringing her divine blueprint back online. So when we look at the fact that the sun has gone from being an orange ball in the sky to being a portal of consciousness that is the grand central sun or source, as a portal for that, and that source is now able to bring its codes through plasma onto the planet. It is what is shifting the human being and helping the human return back to their own divine blueprint, but it is also doing the same for Earth. You could say that Gaia and the sun are twin flames. So what does that mean for her? Is that these new codes that are being made available through her reunification with the sun is going to be bringing about lots of different changes for her as she restores herself into her own divine blueprint. Now, the information that I have on this is more of a general nature. It's not like my specialty, but I do have quite a bit that I can share with you. So Gaia's divine blueprint is more like a Pangea type state of being. So you could look up Pangea, but what it actually is that the land masses on Earth are not separate continents. Those were born from separation consciousness, but that the land masses are actually one land mass surrounded by water, one unification of land where all humans, species, all live together in a unified state upon a planet that is it's all harmonious. Everything works together in divine perfection. That is what her divine blueprint looks like. The divine blueprint of all of the animals and the plants that we have experienced, that we have extincted, sure, we'll call that a word, and ones that we have like not even had experience of, will all be returning to be a part of our experience again. So some of the animals and insects that we know now through our own human experiences are a lot smaller than they're supposed to be. We are a lot smaller than we're supposed to be. In our divine blueprint, we will be returning back to our purified state, and so will all of these plants and animals and marine life, where some of them, including our own, the DNA degradation of the human over thousands of years of the human DNA being degraded over time, has taken its toll. So, as I say, there are some animals, some plants, some insect species that are a lot smaller than they're supposed to be. And it's just a product of the, like, sort of the recycling of degraded DNA. And the land masses are all going to start coming together. So when you think about how does that going to happen, well, that is why we are going to be experiencing more and more sort of natural disaster type events where there's going to be shifts and movement in the tectonic plates as the land masses start to move. I have no idea how long this is going to take. In order for it to preserve humanity and not create mass destruction, it's going to be slow, but it is going to start happening more now than it's ever happened before. The other piece to this is countries are going to go through changes around what their sort of state lines and dividing borders are between various different countries as we move into a more unified state. Because everything about the land, the people, the animals, the marine life, and Gaia herself as a consciousness are all moving back into harmony. The codes that are coming from the sun are going to help heal the land so that, and this may take a little bit of time too, but so that we can begin to go back to growing food, not back to the way it was in the 70s or 80s, but even better. So there's nothing to be concerned about that is anything worrisome that this new sun and the codes and the light spectrums and what it has and the effect that it is going to have on people, on plants, on animals, and on the land is going to be anything but very restorative, very healing, and very good for you. They do say that it's not something I've practiced, but you can sun gaze now at dawn and at dusk, and that it helps to decalcify the pineal gland. You can be in the sun, and as the sun's codes interact with the beginnings of your light body, the cells within your body that have crystallized already, that you're actually like that, the sun is your charging station. The sun that created the degradation of the land and that caused skin cancers and the degradation of DNA in all living forms was the old sun. That's not the new sun. Gaia in her divine blueprint is a tropical planet. Global warming is a thing because that is her coming back online to her divine blueprint. She is in her fifth dimensional state an Eden, whatever that word would mean to you. It's a tropical-like environment where every living being that is the God consciousness all lives harmoniously, expressing itself through its own divine blueprint. There's a lot of change that is afoot. And how long all of that takes is going to be up to our ability to be able to withstand, to integrate, to keep calling in more and more of these codes that allow the divine blueprint of the all to be reignited and reinstated. So I think I'm just doing the mental checklist. I think I covered everything that I needed to cover in this. Oh, the other piece about getting rid of carbon footprints and stuff like that, that is being played out in the sort of matrix conversations, that's also a misrepresentation, because the ones that are actually deleting carbon is us. That is the crystallization going from carbon-based DNA to crystalline-based DNA, which is exactly the transmutation that is happening at a cellular level within the human. So the fact that carbon is leaving, that is true, but it is leaving from within the awakened and aware and ascending humans, because we are bringing our crystallized divine blueprint back online. Okay, I think I covered all of the questions. If you have anything else that you wanted to ask, then please feel free, and I will see you next time. Have a good day.